Guys, it's me, Raj Revenge here, and guess what time it is? It's my spooky, scary story time! And you get an added special bonus. I made a little compilation video of where and what I seen video at the end of this video, so stay tuned after. It'll fade into that video. So, yeah. And, I want to make a point out that I am not a very good editor, and you guys know this by now. I only have my phone. So, I had my little sister help me. There, you guys will know what I'm talking about when it gets to that part. Alright? But I hope you guys like it, and if you guys have any ghost stories of yourself, I want you to go ahead and hit that like button if you want it. If you want to like it. But I want you to share those ghost stories down below, or any story that you can think of that you found scary. And that being said, let's start it off. Alright. Always burping. Always burping in these videos. Alright, so, let's say about 8 years ago. No, not 8 years ago. About 5 years ago, actually. 5 years ago, I was at my mom's house, and both of these stories, might add, are gonna be from my mom's house. So, and they happened within weeks of each other. Okay, let's go back to the story. All right, I'm in my room. I'm babysitting, and I was watching Ghost Adventures. Okay, this is when they're making new episodes every week. And I know that there was an old man passed away in my house, in my mom's house, before we bought it. It used to be actually my mom's house is right next to a church, and a priest used to live in our house. Priest didn't die in the house, just making it point out there. His little girl did pass away in the house, and also an older gentleman many years after the priest the priest moved away, whatever. The house was made in 1917, so as of next year, it will be 100 years old. So a lot of things can happen in the course of 100 years, and I'm an avid person. I'm an avid believer of ghosts and spiritual, and like I said, if you guys like this, I will make more videos of my stories. Not necessarily they're going to be followed up about the personal experiences and stuff like that, but I will always share them if you guys like them. So, I'm watching Ghost Adventures, and I'm babysitting, and who I'm babysitting is in the front room, which is right across the room that I'm in. And the door wide open, and if you look out, it'd be like to the right, you could see the fridge, you could see the table, and about a gap where you could walk maybe 3 or 4 seconds. If you're very slow, you would be in the line of sight. Well, what I seen, and still to this day, and I'm getting teared up and a little bit emotional at this moment, because every time I bring it up, it still scares me. And again, I'm not spooked out from the Ghost Adventures that I'm watching. When I was watching, I didn't do anything to stir up ghosts like Zach does in the show. I was simply just watching it, and like I said, there's been deaths in the house. So I'm watching it, and from the corner of my eye, I see something walk. And then it drew my attention, and it was around maybe 5:30, 5:35, 5:30 in the afternoon, in the day. And it's just I would say 6'5" shadow figure. Looked like it had a hat. It was all shadowed, and it walked so slow that I seen it for about 3 seconds. And 3 seconds, if you think about it, if you're looking at something for 3 seconds, you see it out of your corner of your eye, and then it's gone. That's most experiences of other people. Me, I actually seen it out of the corner of my eye, and I looked at it, and just walked slow and disappeared. At this point in time, I have something blunt, and I had a weapon in my room, a knife. I grabbed the knife because I thought somebody broke in the house. I ran around the house, the entire house, didn't find anything. The person I was babysitting is not that tall, and to this day, I will always be hesitant of it's in the kitchen, okay? I'll always be hesitant to be in the kitchen of my mom's house. And it scares me. And a lot of people, and I had a friend to actually tell me about what I seen, what could have been a shadow person. Well, there's explanations that scientists that have proven that it is either lack of sleep or you're in a type of hysteric state. Well, I was neither. It was 5:30 in the daytime, so I wasn't asleep, and it wasn't my eyes playing tricks on me because again, it was the daytime, and I was not tired whatsoever. And you could look it up, and in my previous video, there was the shadowy figure, and I mean not the previous video, but the video that I was telling you guys about. And I want you guys to look up shadowy figure, shadow people, and a lot of them say, "Oh, it's there in the nighttime," but during the day, it is something that you can't put in words. Your body freezes up, and you can't help but look. And if this ever happens to you or happened to you, please let me know. And to this day, I'm a person of 6'1". I'm 6'1", and this thing was taller than me. And I seen it wasn't much bigger than me, and it was just walked so slow, and it had a hat. I knew it had a hat. And I've said this story, told it to everybody. Nothing has changed. You know, sometimes people like to change things. Oh, it's just a ghost story. No, this actually did happen, and it scared me. And no matter what, no matter how many times I say it, I will always get goosebumps because it really did traumatize me. And I still, in the dark, I don't like the dark, but I like sleeping with all the lights off. You know, I'm not afraid of the dark. It's just your mind likes to play tricks on you, but I don't think it was a trick. And then about a week or 2 weeks after that, I'm with my friend. We're in the same room. I'm looking in the same area, and we're babysitting. I'm babysitting again, and I noticed my sister. My sister had a dress on, was flowery white, and she's not a fast runner. She's fast, but to move the way that me and my friend both seen it, we seen an elbow, the half of a leg, half of a leg, and the bottom half of a dress, and we made it out. We both looked at each other and said, "Was that Dana?" And that's my little sister's name, is Dana Marie. I get up and yell, "Dana Marie, go sit back down." And she was not supposed to go out in the front room. I mean, she wasn't supposed to leave the front room. I'm babysitting. Okay? My babysitter. I was babysitting my baby sister. And I quickly, and you see from the corner of the door, because you could run this way, and there's another turn to go up a stairs. So I ran that way, and no one was there. Absolutely nothing was there. And I told my friend that, I said, "You seen that, right?" He goes, "Yeah, man, I seen that. I thought it was your sister." I said, "I thought it was my sister. My sister was in the front room all along." And I go, and she goes, "What?" When I yelled for her to go back in the front room, and we sat there, baffled. not knowing what we both seen in the front room, and we sat there baffled, not knowing what we both seen. We know we seen a little girl, so I believe it was a little girl that passed away in the house. The girl was 12 years old. It was the priest's daughter. She fell off the house, fell off the top of the house, the roof of the house, or window, the attic. And I'll show that where that is in a later video if you guys are interested in learning more about my mom's house. But like an old man, what I was saying about the house, like many people, 100 years, and many things could have happened. Well, we know an old man passed away back in the 1950s in the basement, and what we found out was from the years 1960 to 1970, the house was used as a funeral home just for those years, just to prep the bodies to go into the church next door. No, they didn't take the organs out. No, nobody died in there, but we know that. I mean, well, no creepy stuff like that, like the bodies or whatever happened. But we know an old man passed away in the basement, and the old man was, I think it was late 60s or maybe 80s. I can't quite remember. My mom never really told me that much because I never ever slept in my mom's basement. I no, that is creepy, but she told me don't worry about it, nothing bad will happen. And you know, you'll hear voices, you'll hear things move. Yes, it's an old house. You're gonna hear wood piping and stuff like that move, and we have pets. We hear, I hear all the explanations. I watched the show, so I know what to look for. And there's things that, even though you've seen it and you want to disbelieve it, they happen and you have absolutely no explanation for it. And this is the house that a lot of crazy stuff happens in. My mom's house. As you can see, it's a 3-story. It has a basement in it. And it's very creepy. Shall we go in? Hey guys, so I'm here in the kitchen where the incident happened, and what I'm gonna be doing is, that was another burp, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do a reenactment of what I seen back then. And again, it's not gonna be like the best where you see on like Ghost Adventures they do the whole shadowy thingy, whatever. I'm gonna do the best what I can with a phone, so bear with me, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting all the emotion of what I felt back then. And don't worry, that noise is just a fan. Old house, okay? Alright guys. Here I am in another room with another incident, and it was a brief second, and I was with a friend and he could vouch for it. You know who you are. And at the present moment the room is being occupied, so I'm improvising in a different space of the house. But I'm going to show you guys what I seen and what my friend seen. So again, this was on a different part of the house that it actually happened. I'm just going to tell you that right now, but I'm going to replicate what I saw, so you guys could feel for the creepiness effect, whatever you want to call it, Alrighty, so sit back, enjoy, and tell me if you're freaked out or not freaked out, but scared, a little creeped out. And, you know, if you want me to keep doing stuff like this, I have a bunch of scary stories. Alrighty. This is going to be the area that we're replicating what me and my friends saw on that very same day. Like I said, this is not the same room, but we're improvising. And it's going to be in this area. And I want to know if you guys are creeped out about, you know, the whole thing. Well, I'm going to explain it in the whole ghost telling part, but, you know, here we go. Hope you guys enjoy. And just like that, that's all I seen was a leg, the dress, and an elbow. And I personally thought it was my little sister, but it wasn't my little sister, because my little sister was in the front room sitting down, and I'll show you where she was. 1 second. You see, we have a couch right there, and that is my very same sister who I thought I seen on that day. Where the TV is, right there, that's where the couch was and where she was sitting, and I yelled for her, and she's like, "What?" And there's no way she could have moved that way in a matter of seconds and then be back on the couch. There's absolutely not. And say hello, Angel.
Hi.
And thank you for helping me make this video.
Thank you for helping me make this video.
Isn't she adorable?
Bless.
And those are the ghost stories of my mom's house. Just to add to the effect of creepiness, my mom lives right next to a church that was featured, just the front of the church was featured in the Children of the Corn movie. Whether it be the first one or the second one, I don't know, but it has been documented that it has. And let me tell you, it's just a creepy church. And say goodbye to my mom's creepy house. Alright, you guys have a wonderful night, and hope I creeped you out somehow.